welcome back to Otaku no Video. As always, thank you very much for joining me for my review of Yuu Watase's Imadoki, at least the first 3 volumes of this 5-volume shoujo manga. It's about a girl, no big surprise there, who goes to a upper-class high school. She's a country girl, kind of lower class, and of course, she immediately falls for one of the very upperclassmen in there, and so complications ensue. And the story focuses on those 2 characters and their problems, and they end up forming a gardening club at the high school. And so it's about, these characters in the gardening club. And one important thing actually is one of the things that impressed me a lot about Imadoki is that different characters are interested in different other characters, but it doesn't go off the charts. You know how shoujo will often have everyone interested in everyone else, and it feels this need to just cram all these relationships into the story? Imadoki doesn't do that. It's certainly complicated, but it's not shoujo ridiculous complicated. And for a 5-volume manga that's completely character-driven, that's important. There's no overarching driving plot. They're not building up to some major school festival thing, at least not that I've seen so far. And it's just characters interacting with each other, and then the relationships mature, and then this person does this, and that changes things, and so forth. And it's very effective for a shoujo manga to focus on that and not have other plot stuff that gets in the way. And this is all set in a very realistic, roughly speaking, I'll get to that in a second, modern setting. So no fantasy, no science fiction, although the comedy is often sort of over-the-top shoujo comedy. For example, the boy, to shut up certain people, is shown to throw a trowel with great accuracy, I'll put it that way, and bonk people on the head with it, which is fun, and manages to keep the overall tone of it very light and very upbeat, which is an interesting thing for this story, especially because the main girl is bullied for a large section of the beginning of the story. I gotta be honest, I have a tough time with these stories where the main character is bullied for long periods of time. For 2 reasons. One is that it gets dull after a while. Second, it's not, I don't enjoy it. I don't like that. It's unpleasant to read, because for a character that by definition I'm sympathizing with, I'm empathetic for, otherwise I wouldn't be reading it, to have that character be bullied over and over and over again is just really unpleasant. So the fact that that's dealt with relatively quickly, and the fact that it has this comedy that can go over the top when it needs to just to lighten the mood, I think really keeps it from getting so dark and so frustrating and so just, okay, she's being bullied again. And it kept me reading, at least. Also helps that the artwork by Yuu Watase is effective all the way through. I mean, her first major work, Fushigi Yugi, has solid artwork, characters are consistent, so forth and so on. And this was made a decade later, and I mean, Fushigi Yugi was 18 volumes, so she certainly had plenty of time to work out all of those issues. And I mean, Yuu Watase did Fushigi Yugi, Sarah's Celestial Legend, all sorts of other good stuff. And so the artwork in here gets across characters' faces and expressions. Characters are consistently drawn throughout. It's no problems there whatsoever, artwork-wise. And, the girls look cute, the guys look handsome, So those are my thoughts on Imadoki, basically. I mean, as you can tell, I enjoyed it, and I think it's very well constructed. And at 5 volumes, it's kind of hard to go wrong. I will point out that I had some difficulty with the first volume, especially with the bullying stuff. It just kind of, that's my thing. But it did pick up and it kept moving, and I'm definitely looking forward to reading the rest of it. So those are my thoughts. All 5 volumes have been translated into English and are available, used or new sometimes, but they're all available at about, the same price you could buy them when they originally came out. So go ahead and look for them, and it is out there. If you've read Imadoki or haven't and just want to talk about anime and manga, please stop by otakunovideo.net. Would love to talk with you more about it. And that's it for me. Until next time, may you find the love of your life in a garden.